All Access with Danny Zalesko and Tim Richards.
So I was asking before, didn't you tell me that you have like a Rick Nielsen or Cheap Trick museum in Rockford?
I did, yeah.
Is it still there?
Well, this museum is, but my stuff isn't. My stuff was there for about 10 months, 8 months, something like that. And it was about a 6,000 or 7,000 square foot room that I can send you the videos some of the videos from it, because it was pretty cool. There's different TV stations and stuff, and plus American Pickers came there too.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Did they get anything?
Oh yeah, when we went, not there they didn't, because I have 4 warehouses too, and so we went to the warehouse. They didn't even come into my house. Sorry?
How many guitars in the collection today?
How many do you want?
Rick, as
I
many,
have about
as many as you like.
I have 502 right now.
Wow.
Wow.
I've owned about 2,000 instruments through my career.
Well, you know what I know about you is, like, I really wish I would have paid attention more in the 70s when we first met, because you did what I should have done. I mean, Tim, you got to understand something. This guy has every plane ticket and itinerary he's ever done.
That's incredible.
He's got every hotel room key.
Until they started making them out of cards.
But there's some pretty cool cards. But you have the actual keys, right?
I have the actual keys and the fob too. Especially the Japanese and the German stuff. So the German stuff had really good, and in Amsterdam had big brass things. You know, it's like works of art.
So you must have kept all the laminates, all the posters.
Tons of those, yeah.
Tickets.
I'll send you some stuff. I should send you the stuff, and then you do the interview, because it's almost like, oh, really?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what a great way to chronicle everything, because there must be something from every hotel, every flight, every city that you could go, well, that's what happened on that day.
Well, yeah, like one thing is like the guys from American Pickers, they're from Bettendorf, Iowa. And I said, oh, I have the receipt from when we stayed at we were all in one room. You know, I got the cash receipt because I handled all this stuff. So I still had it, and I had the postcard from there, and just dumb stuff. I just kept every dumb thing.
You're an archivist.
I'll show you. At my museum, there was I have about 100 sweaters that were custom made for me, but I had about 20 or 30 there. And if you open some of the drawers that we had, because it was a lot of stuff there, we had custom drawers made, and it's like, pull it out, there's like, it's jam packed with just tickets in one thing. And I don't know if the boarding passes were in there. You know, it's got my clothes and my picks that I made. You know, there's thousands of these freaking things. I had my 55 T-Bird in there. I had it's black and white, and then I have my Cheap Trick Trek bike. Just like this crazy stuff. Why do I do it? I have no idea, but I started it when I was a kid.
You know, it's incredible. I did the same thing. As a little guy, I started collecting baseball cards, football cards, late 50s, early 60s, Bears, Cubs, of course, White Sox were great, Blackhawks, all the great Chicago teams that were going on then. And we started writing to all these players, and they would send us back autographed pictures. At the time, there was a couple people that took postcard pictures of everybody, and they would give them 100 or 200 at a crack, and all the players would get their own mail at the stadiums. We'd write them a note, and for almost 100% return back in the 60s, which was long before you know, people did those signed, paid for autograph shows, which I think is fine too. That's work to show up and be a personality and go sign. You know what I found though about that? A lot of sports people do it, but hardly any rock stars
Hey,
do
I got
those.
a table full of stuff that people send to me because these days I get sent stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know,
You-
most of it's with a return envelope and this and that. Some people put money in there. It's like, but it's like it's pretty creepy.
Do you answer it?
Yes.
But you know what? I mean, there's generally only one or two creeps
Oh yeah.
out there. For the most part, everybody's righteous and they're genuine and they're really, you know, respectful.
Yeah, most are, but I've had people that
They
one
don't just
crazy
show
person-
up.
Well, a couple crazy people. One was said that he was the father of my children and put steak knives in my porch in my old house. He was screaming outside. We had to call the police on him. But he was the singer in one of my early bands too. But then he went to Vietnam and lost his marbles and tattooed his face. And he was like, "Oh, okay." And
I guess you would call that the Pete Best syndrome.
well, Pete didn't do that, did he?
No.
I don't think he did that.
But I mean, there was a lot of controversy about Pete, who was arguably the most popular of the Beatles before he got thrown out. You know.
I can't walk over there. I was going to
Where
show
you
you the mail that I got just today. Got a bunch of manila envelopes and Rick, please sign this and
I mean,
Well,
when-
I think, you know, like if you're going to do all this, you know, the kind of stuff where people have become, especially since COVID, a lot of people have become a little bit more talkative online to their fans and the base and all that stuff, and which is a great thing. I think it humanizes everybody, and I think it's, you know, like I said, most fans are really cool and they just idolize the opportunity to see you or talk to you.
All Access with Danny Zalesko and Tim Richards.